Hello, everybody. This is Byron Stagus alongside Matt McEnroe. We are here for the lacrosse game of the IHSLA game between Westfield Shamrocks and the Noblesville Millers. Today we will be here on HCTV at Beaver Material Fields near the campus of Noblesville. So Noblesville team here in white and the Shamrocks in their custom green. So Matt McEnroe, what are we looking for today?
One, we're excited that the weather's cleared up for us and we're not having to deal with much rain, though I believe we might have a small little front coming in maybe sometime during the game, but nothing near what we thought we'd be experiencing at this point. As you mentioned, we have the number 7 ranked Westfield Shamrocks here playing the number 9 Noblesville Millers. Two teams just looking to finish strong in their seasons as these last 9 days of the IHSLA regular season are upon us.
Yeah, so this is just that time of the season where teams are jockeying for playoff spots, which is going to make a huge difference going down the road. The rankings come out every week. We know from last Sunday that it's the 7 versus 9 game. On paper, I got to tell you, this looks like this could go either way. You got a home field advantage for the Millers. You've got a slight advantage in the rankings for the Westfield Shamrocks. So I'm excited about a really competitive game here. So how do you think these offenses and defenses line up?
Well, I think we're going to see two different styles. I think we're going to see a Noblesville Millers team try and be patient on offense, try and get it to number 40 on their attack, whereas we're going to see number 4, Hunter Roberts at attack, and we're also going to see a Westfield team really just try and do volume shooting and get as many shots on the cage as possible. So I think we're going to see just differing styles on offense. Defensively, Noblesville comes in with a young defense, and defensively, Westfield has a solid defense for their if you base them against their conference play.
Also, folks, as these guys start to get ready for the face-off to begin the game here, you'll also notice that we're going to also notice that Westfield from time to time plays a zone, and that we don't see a lot of that these days in high school lacrosse here in Indiana. But so going on your comment there, we're going to continue to see contrasting styles. So the referees are laying that ball down, and they blow the whistle to get this off. And that is number 4 for Westfield. That's Byron Weber here taking it down and volume shooting to start the game. That's a shot that's going wide.
Exactly what we would saw. Starters for your Westfield Shamrocks. At attack number 8, Parker Ruggles. At attack number 3, junior Jack Green. Attack number 7, senior Mason Otto. And then midfield, number 4, senior Byron Weber, who just took that shot. Midfielder number 9, junior Landon Lawrence. LSM, number 5, junior Shannon Bola. And defenseman, number 1, senior Derek Ashley. Number 31, junior Jake Weckel.
Well, we've already seen an attack at the goal here by Otto. Mason Otto there went to the goal and has got a flag on the play. So they're going to throw that back to Weber. Weber's going to get that on the ground, and it looks like Decker's going to try to get a shot off here. Shot goes wide. So we're going to have looks like a 1-minute slash is going to be assessed on, looks like number 1, Mason Bowles there for the Millers.
And as the officials do that, let's round out the remainder of the Westfield starters. Number 10, junior defenseman Braden Breedlove, and goalie number 16, sophomore Tavin Cuxis.
Yeah, in the goal, he does a good job for them, especially with that zone defense in front of him. As we see the Shamrock offense get into gear here and start their extra man offense as they come around, pass across crease, and a shot and a goal by number 3. Goal number 3 by that is Jack Green. So Jack Green, one of the 3 big weapons there for the Westfield Shamrocks, starts off the scoring.
Here's our replay. As we can see, Noblesville's defense really collapses to the far right side of your screen there, leaving number 3 wide open for a bounce shot, just between the legs of the goal.
Right, and that was an assist by Mason Otto. The offense seems to run through number 7 there, Mason Otto, who came from behind there on that shot and got that through to Jack Green. So. Bully for them, and Weber is off again with a quick, fast break, and looks like the defense is settled in, and we're going to have them at Westfield try another shot here. Nice low-angled shot by Otto. So Mason Otto is definitely feeling the heat a little bit, and he's going to take it to the goal as the ball comes in with Jack Green.
We've had 5 or 6 shots for Westfield to this point.
We had a flag down when the ball went out of bounds. That was behind the play. It looks like we're going to get a 1-minute penalty as signaled by referee Jeff Poto there. So I think we're going to see another man-up opportunity for the Shamrocks. So the Shamrocks have quite a prolific offense here when you consider that their leading scorer here, Mason Otto, just got his 100th point on the season with that last assist. So good for him, and he's got the ball behind the goal again.
Playing a 3-2 defense, what it looks like right now.
Yeah, and I think they're just going to try to work that corner a little bit, and then pretty much the same play. Look at that, except the slide wasn't there. So that is Mason Otto to Jack Green again across crease. As we reset the play, here we go.
So here, Mason Otto's below GLE. Number 20 actually has an opportunity to make an approach, but was just slow on getting there to the ball carrier and shooter.
Yeah, Blaine McNabb also, ducked down to try and get out of the way so that the goalie Jack Judy could see that. But unfortunately, it was a little bit more of a screen. So we got 2-0 Westfield with 10:30 to go in the first, and we're going to have another face-off here where we've got Byron Weber for 2 quick victories there. Let's see if he can do it again, and he does. So he wins that quickly back as Lawrence brings it in. That's Landon Lawrence, number 9, getting it down to number 8, Parker Ruggles. So Ruggles there with the ball, waiting for the rest of the midfielders to come on in. And so we'll see how that goes. One of the interesting things that I wanted to see that I think that both teams, when I had talked to them in the scouting report early on, thought the play at the midfield as we get another goal from Jack Green. So Jack Green with 3, a hat trick already with 10:01 to play in the first quarter. This assisted from Parker Ruggles this time. And we got a timeout on the field.
And again, just a simple pass to Jack Green from about GLE, and he just lets it rip left-handed, slightly sidearm shot for the goalie there. Stick side.
I think that's a situation where it's a good timeout here by Coach Kyle Noblesville Miller. So we're going to see coming out of the timeout what's going to do. So are they going to make an adjustment here?
Hey, Byron, when you walked in here, did you see any of those signs and banners that were?
Yeah, absolutely. It's senior night here for both teams, so you get to see all the pretty faces of the seniors on their banners and the.
Well, I think they got those banners from Logan Street Signs and Banners.
They did?
They're celebrating over 27 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200. Visit their website at www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And it does not have to be a last-minute item. The Millers there have been ordering their stuff from them for a while here, and they do a great job of getting those signage up there. So coming out of this timeout with a 3-0 lead to the Shamrocks, Matt, what do you think's happening in these huddles?
Well, I think, one, they're probably going to try and figure out a way to win the face-off. Right. They're also probably adjusting something on defense. Maybe they're going to give a slide earlier, do something to change it up, make the Westfield offense think a little bit. It does look like we're going to see a little bit of a change on this face-off as we're going to take a long pole, number 10 from Westfield. I think that's number 10. Tyler Roberts, freshman. Looks like he'll be taking the face with a pole.
I think this was a strategy I talked to that they thought they might throw a pole on the face-off to see if they can neutralize Weber there at the face-off. So we'll see if this strategy pays off as the referees get them set to go here with 10:01 in the first.
And good to see on the far wing that they're actually putting a defender there. Again, that's the danger, though. If you do that, you don't have anyone to get back.
Right, but great hustle by Blaine McNabb off the wing to come in and cut off Weber's, who stopped what would have been an easy transition shot. So took a great angle, cut them off, and now let's see if that timeout with the defensive adjustment has helped the Millers at all. The Westfield Shamrocks are being nice and patient about this. Looks like they've inverted number 8 Parker Ruggles here up to the midfield. So they're going to try and do a little thing a little different, trying to take that close defenseman number 3 of Cole Brown and take him out of his comfort zone. So let's see if this pays off for the Shamrocks. As he dodges down with the left hand and rips that shot, it hits a defender in front. The ball's loose, bounces back to the goalie. So looks like Jack Judy's going to get a clear here. And he's looking, is going to take his time as the ride from the Shamrocks really drops deep in a zone ride. So
good look.
Excellent pass upfield.
2v1.
2v1 to Joe Trappert. And then Seth Schroeder with the goal. 21 Seth Schroeder. That was an excellent play by Jack Judy getting the headmanning the ball to Joe Steppert. And then Steppert gets it to Seth Schroeder for the goal.
Yeah, Seth Schroeder then gets that ball over to, Seth Schroeder with the goal. Nice clearing opportunity for the Millers after getting that ball back off of a ball that bounced off of a player on the defensive zone.
And we'll see the short stick, Evan Rohde at face-off again for the Millers. So that's going to look like that long pole strategy only worked for one play here, as we got another face-off win for the Millers, for the Shamrocks, and we'll see how this one transpires. The ball's dug in there. Looks like Rohde's got that down. It's going to be a scrum. And the Shamrocks come out with that ball. So the Shamrocks coming upfield with Landon Lawrence. Landon Lawrence is going to touch up the box. And the Shamrocks are going to settle up their offense again. I'll tell you, it's a 3-1 lead for the Shamrocks with 8:38 to go. And the Millers have only had the ball for, 3-4 seconds in their offensive half of the field. And it's they've got a goal out of that. So big play there, and we've got a flag down on the field. So I think that Landon Lawrence there trying to drive to the crease got a little extra effort to make his way to the ground.
Noblesville's really going to need to figure out a way to get possessions off of those face-offs, even if it's forcing a defensive retreat off of the face-off win by the face-off midfielder. Then they're going to have to just launch somebody at that ball carrier just to put some pressure on them or something, because they cannot continue to.
Weber definitely seems to have their number with 5 straight face-off wins, as we see an extra man offense by the Shamrocks. It's the third of the day. As boy, I'll tell you, Green just doesn't mind shooting here. He's having a day. He's feeling hot off that left wing.
He definitely is. There really isn't much special about this. Noblesville really needs to just take a step out and put a stick on gloves here. Number 3 takes a step in just from the hash marks, left-handed rip.
Yeah, and Joe Stappert there is the short stick in the man-down defense, so he got caught there, so he couldn't extend a 6-foot pole to get on those hands, so he's going to have to move his feet a little quicker to get on that body. So big 4 goals here for the Shamrocks, and the Shamrocks are scoring is coming exclusively from Jack Green, so perhaps maybe another strategy as we see another face-off here. And we got a different face-off guy, and that was back to the long pole, but another win there by Weber. So it seems like Weber's just absolutely dominating the face-off backs, which is showing up significantly on the scoreboard here, as we got Otto here behind the goal. Mason Otto trying to engage the defense, dodging around from behind the goal, keeps looking around. Shamrocks get a good cutter and shot and goal. What an excellent play with a score by Landon Lawrence.
Landon Lawrence with a terrific effort here and a good look by the feeder. I can't quite tell his number 7.
It's number 7. It's Mason
Otto.
Yep.
And a great cut just through the middle of the defense on his knees, falling to the ground, having the soft hands to catch the ball in midair, sliding on the ground and finishing.
That looked like an old school quick stick to me. He just caught it without a cradle and then just redirected it back into the goal. So excellent play by Landon Lawrence there. So Lawrence tallies the first goal for Westfield that is not by a guy named Green, although he is wearing green. So the Shamrocks up 5-1 as we have a illegal procedure by the Noblesville Millers on the next ensuing faceoff here, and they drop in and play defense with the Shamrocks coming back to offense on the field. So possession, huge portion of the game here. We're going to have to see if the defense can hold up all day long, having to play defense so far, with the exception of one touch in the offensive zone that was a Miller's goal. So we're looking at Otto again, dodging, looking, feeding, throwing it up top, and shot goal. Shot goal by Ruggles. So that looks like the big 3 of Otto, Green, and Ruggles seem to be putting on a bit of a clinic here.
Just Westfield players kind of getting lost from their defensive responsibilities from Noblesville. Ruggles gets his stick and body free up top center, takes a nice shot.
Wow, it is 6-1. I knew this. I kind of figured this would be a high-scoring event, but I did not see a 6-1 with 7:23 to go in the first.
No,
I mean, 7 goals between 2 teams by this point is quite special. So we might be interested in seeing a lot of these good goals, hopefully by both teams. I think the Millers have shown that if they can get possession, as we see Adrian Vasquez, number 27, give it a try at the faceoff X. But again, Weber wins another one. So they're going to have to do something here. The Millers got to figure something out in between the 30s here to try and gain some possessions.
Absolutely.
But it's good to see Adrian Vasquez coming off a foot injury back in the last couple of games. So it's good to see him back playing. And Westfield's definitely doesn't mind taking their attackman, number 8 here, Ruggles, and inverting him as he comes driving down the left side. Redirects to the back to Green. Green comes around with no one on him. We've got a trip. And they're actually going to call that a trip on Westfield. So Westfield's going to turn the ball over, and it's now going to be a clear by the Millers. So the Millers are going to try and get it into the offensive zone again in the hands of Blaine McNabb, who seems to run over his defender. And they do get it into the zone. So we are now going to actually see if the Millers can settle down and get some offense. I think at this point, if they don't panic, I think they might do all right.
Offense is definitely the strength of the Noblesville team, so this is a great opportunity for them to get another goal on the board here and kind of knock away at this deficit.
We also have a flag on the play. So when Blaine McNabb ran that guy over, he forced that guy to go offside. So the Millers right now are playing with Adrian Richardson with the ball drop there. They were playing 6 versus 7 defensively. So
a second flag.
A second flag. It looks like they might get a slash there as well. So we got an offside for 30 seconds, and then they're going to have a technical slash. So that's 2 penalties, and it looks like both of them are going to be on the same guy.
So Coach Kreuzinger really likes his EMO opportunity or his EMO team. So we're going to see what they have in store here for this Westfield.
Well, when you consider
man-down defense.
When you consider that this is a flag down opportunity, this is an extension of only their second possession, and they do have 1 goal already, and now they have an extra man opportunity with both penalties going on the same player for Westfield that went offsides, which I believe was number 7, Otto, who's an aggressive ride. So the Millers work this ball around. Looks like a bobble and a drop there from Richardson as the ball's picked up by Westfield, and then Breedlove, their long stick, is coming down the field, clears it, gets it upfield here to Landon. And then Landon Lawrence gets it on to Ruggles. Ruggles across. Oh, and boy, he flinched there. Number 18. Yeah, Leinert doesn't get a lot of playing time, so perhaps he saw some footsteps there. Yeah. As we got another whistle dead ball situation that's going to award the ball to the Shamrocks.
Would like to see Noblesville be a little bit aggressive here, try and get that ball back with a man advantage on defense.
Yeah, because we have not seen that penalty release, although it should be releasing really soon here, as we see Richardson playing aggressive defense there. That's the kind of thing that we want to see, as well as
not letting them be comfortable right now, sitting back.
That's Aiden Richardson there. Seems to be the extra short stick, and then they've released the penalty. So we are all even 6-on-6 with 4:55 to go in the first, and they're going to sub out another attackman as. Wow, that went in.
Yes, it did.
That was an excellent shot. Wow.
Just a dodge from X.
An unsettled situation. He just dodges coming around the corner.
Ruggles gets topside advantage. Just a left-handed release shot over the goalie's non-stick side.
Yeah, and this is a goaltender that is left-handed, so his non-stick side is actually the opposite post from where it would normally be. So that's interesting. So we now have a score of 7-1 with still 4:49 to go in the first quarter. Right, another face-off here. It's like Rhodey at the face-off X against Weber. Weber kicks that through that stick, seems to win it out, and another win by the Shamrocks. I think they're absolutely dominating here as Weber looks to get that up to Otto. Otto redirects. Shifty little player, that number 7, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we're seeing Westfield's speed, team speed, being showcased here. I really think that is a difference right now in this game. Is their speed, their ability to move the ball up and down.
Yeah,
off the face-off.
Right, exactly. I mean, they're gaining possessions because they're just literally outrunning them to loose balls there. As we get a shot a pass that hit the back of the net, so Jack Judy was able to scoop that up and clear it. As Cole Brown looks to advance it up the field, and he gets that up to Mason Bowler. Bowler crosses the midfield, and we get that down here to Hunter Roberts. Hunter Roberts there's a very few shots that he doesn't like to take, so kind of saw that one coming as the goalie sucks that one up. So,
that-
Casas.
And at that time, you're okay with that. Just trying to let him take a shot,
Yeah,
get it to your best player. He was in a position to shoot.
and he was using the defender as Ruggles gets across midfield and gets it in the box. So we've got Blaine McNabb here playing defense, and Ruggles as we get it back to Jack Green. So Green against Bowler seems to be a matchup that Shamrocks seem to like, as the Shamrocks have settled down and waited for their subs to come in. Excellent check, and a lucky bounce. Bounces right into the stick there. Ruggles and then feeds it into the crease. Looks like that got jammed up. All right. And a good play there by the defense of the Millers. The Millers get that ball in transition. Looks like, a nice hard hit. The flag is down. I think that's going to be another flag, a second flag that will end the play. So we're going to take a look here. Matt, what did you see as the refs make this call?
I believe that might be defenseless player. On the contact on number 22, as we're seeing it on the screen right now.
Looks like he got him up with the elbow there.
Possibly could be high. Let's see what they say.
So the question I have, since two flags went down and they didn't go down at the same time, is are there two penalties on that same player, or did both referees call that and one just got the flag stuck?
Great question. Looks like we have only one person in the box, so I would imagine that might have just been two flags for the same penalty.
Okay, that's what it looked like to me, as well as we see an extra man offense here for the Millers as they try to work it around and pull the defense of the Shamrocks out. Looking around, you see number 5 here with the ball. That's Lorenzo Ferraro. Look at that, another move, feed it to the crease. Hunter Roberts rolls through traffic again, gets a shot off, and the ball goes in. So we had a flag down and the ball goes in. So the question is going to be, is that a make-it-take-it situation where that's going to be a personal foul that's going to do that? But a heck of a fight inside there.
Heck of a fight, having to fight through 2 and 3 different players from Westfield, and then an underhand, almost right-handed shuffle pass into the goal. Difficult.
Scored my first high school goal like that when I was way back in the day. A little catch it in the crease, a little shovel pass, Learned that from the girls' team. Yeah.
Did you have 3 defenders hanging over there, too?
I did not. I was all by myself, and I think I peed myself a little. So that was a different day back then when you can actually knock guys down a lot harder than you could. So it looks like that penalty was going to be considered a technical foul, so there is no one in the box.
There is somebody in the box.
For Westfield.
For Westfield, yes.
Okay, so they did assess that penalty, and we're 3-on-2 at the midfield as we see illegal contact there by the Millers. So that's going to even it up, even though we had an excellent play by Justin Johnson-Sparks, the LSM, picking up that ground ball. So that technically is a face-off win for the Millers, but we're going to see a penalty on the Millers, and it looks like a timeout was called as well, with 2:31 to go in the first.
That timeout's going to give me an opportunity just to go through our starters for Noblesville. Everything's been so quickly, that happened so quickly, we haven't been able to get to it. So at attack for Noblesville, we have Seth Schroeder, Hunter Roberts, and Elias Aiden. At midfield, Alex Dawn, Aiden Richardson, and Lorenzo Ferraro. And defense, Mason Bowler, Brett Baker, and Cole Brown. At LSM, Christian McCaslin, and EMO, goalie, Jack Rudy.
Yeah, Jack Judy there. But Christian McCaslin, we saw him last week get a tremendous hit and a 3-minute penalty when he went down. The good news on him is that number 22 for the Millers actually got cleared today to play again. So hopefully we'll get to see him a little bit more on the field. It was nice to see him bounce back.
And that's great news to see someone come back.
That is great news as the timeout's over here. We would like to thank Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery as well. Noblesville Trophies provides some same-day service, and for those last-minute decisions, you can contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com. So for those of you who like my movie references, I may do that again. So it looks like so there was a timeout called, not a penalty that was assessed. So when the Millers won that ball on the ground ball on that faceoff, they called a timeout, and the referees did not throw a flag, or that flag was considered beyond the play. So we still have
And
an
they're trying
offense.
they're trying to shut off number 4, Hunter Roberts, with number 10 right now. Westfield is so they are literally playing 5v4.
So what you're going to see there was a shot, and they actually called it that the attackman across the 50 was closer to the shot when it went out of bounds instead of the offensive player that chased it. So that shot hit the post, went out of bounds, and the attackman at the 50 was actually closer to it when it went out of bounds. The ball was awarded to Westfield. Westfield, with still a man down, is going to try and kill off the rest of this penalty here while they make that pass into the crease, shot, and goal. So that's a goal, number 18. So number 18, Cameron Leinhart, with a goal. So that's a big one. That's a shorthanded goal for them. That's got to be a bit of a dagger as we have
Just a nice cut by number 18 through the center of the defense. Again, like you mentioned, Byron, shorthanded. I don't think anyone was expecting someone to cut. Look, everyone was ball watching from the defense.
Yeah, I think they were knew that they had an extra man. I think everybody sort of relaxed a little bit there. So back to the faceoff. So we're going to see the Millers still have a man advantage. 3-2 at the faceoff here. Man advantage as Evan Rohde's going to go against Byron Weber again. And we've got a whistle. It's going to be a false start on Evan Rohde, and it's going to be the ball's going to come down in with the Shamrocks. So another win for the Shamrocks at the faceoff X. And they're still going to try and kill the penalty, but doesn't look like they're the most patient fellows when they do that. I think they've scored twice shorthanded, or at least have gone to the goal twice, as Landon Lawrence here carries it below GLE, and we're going to get a double team. And then they're going to try and pass. Mason Bowler here making some checks. It looks like 1, 2, 3. Looks like they finally have killed off that penalty, and it's going to be all even. So we've got Mason Otto driving through, takes the shot, and goal. And right before the double team makes it there, Mason Otto with another one.
That was number 7, Mason Otto for the Shamrocks.
So here's Mason Otto below GLE, matching up against number 1.
Mason
Strong,
Bowler.
yeah, strong dodge from below GLE, beats his man topside.
Yeah, so what happened there, and it just looked to me like the slide was either late or didn't come at all. He was able to get that shot off before the slide there, and I think the 9-2 score with 1:20 to go in the first, Matt, is it's 11 goals in the first quarter. That's exceptional.
Yeah, that is quite a few goals. But you know what? It's a long game. We got plenty of game ahead of us.
Oh, and a face-off win, quick. Coming down by the Millers. Millers get that up. They run through a fast break drill, and they possess it with Seth Schroeder. So looks like Adrian Vasquez coming in as an option. Finally won a clean face-off for the Millers. So maybe they may have found an answer here. We'll have to see as their offense is going to go to work with Hunter Roberts running through double team, and then flag goes down. So we got a flag down. It looks like the Shamrocks are going to get charged with a slash, I believe. Slash to the head. So it's going to be number 31. Number 31 there, Jake Weichel, is going to have to sit for a minute after that slash. Hunter Roberts really taking it to the center of that defense.
Right, and that last offensive set that Noblesville was in looked like they were in a big O, basically meaning nobody on the crease at all. And if that's going to happen, players that are adjacent to Hunter Roberts are going to have to move a little bit to give him some space.
Well, and they were also waiting for subs to come in, and I think he found an opportunity where their open set is when they're trying to sub guys in as their extra man offense works through here. Seth Schroeder wide open on the crease here. Looks like this is going to be Lorenzo Ferraro with a shot down, saved by the keeper. So Tavin Kosas with a save as Hunter Roberts tracks down. It's going to be picked up, turnover, and then back to the goalie. So they're going to try to regroup and make that clear again. Mason Otto comes across the field and is able to get that in, and they get that down
have
to
numbers
Ruggles,
here for a
Ruggles,
second.
3 and Green again. Wow, what a great play there by those guys.
Pushing the ball in transition, we've said that they wanted volume shooting from Westfield. We mentioned the speed. Here's a nice play, tic-tac-toe to number 3, Jack Green for the goal.
His fifth on the quarter.
Yeah.
So
you don't say that very often.
You do not. So, we had talked with the coach before the game, and he definitely said that they like to score in transition. They like to up-tempo the game. Like you said, volume shooting. So it looks like that's paying off for them as they the Millers here send in another long stick of Tyler Roberts to try and neutralize Byron Weber at the faceoff X. And, by the way, that was another shorthanded goal.
Yeah, it was.
So they've got another shorthanded goal. Weber wins the draw, wins the ball, wins another faceoff, and the Shamrocks are back in business. Even with a shorthanded man, they just don't seem to slow down as Otto takes it in and scores again.
Everything seems to be going right for Westfield right now as
Boy, they just can't wait for that
Mason
quarter.
Otto gets another goal here. Gets stepped on a little bit in the act of shooting here. Stumbles a little bit. But even when he releases that ball, it still manages to find the back of the net.
Well, especially when you're falling like that, the Millers just they can't get this quarter get here fast enough. It's 2.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Score is 11-2, and it looks like 13 goals in the first quarter is quite a barrage. As we face-off draw is actually going to be won there at the expiring. So face-off draw, Blaine McNabb gets that. So face-off win there as we end the first quarter, which this sometimes is a final score, 11-2, Shamrocks over the Millers.
Yeah, so when we look at shots, 14 shots for Westfield total in that half.
Half, that's a quarter.
Quarter, and then Noblesville 5. Face-offs in favor of Westfield 11-3. So definitely right now everything is going in the favor of Westfield, playing a much faster game right now. So I think Noblesville has just got to, keep at it at those face-offs, try and get possession, gain possession off the face-off, and really start working hard on offense. They have the offensive players to do it. They just need to get some patience and get some more shots.
Yeah, I mean, if they've only possessed it 4 or 5 times total. I think two of them were three or four of them extra man offense. But they have an opportunity here where they have the extra man offense. They have actually fairly prolific extra man offense, and they've actually turned around and given up goals. At least 2 of them shorthanded. So that's something that the Millers are absolutely going to have to work out here because that doesn't bode very well, and the Shamrocks don't seem to care that they're down one. They're short a guy. They're still going to go to the goal.
Correct.
And they've proven that their offense is capable of doing that. We also can tell on the score sheet that the big 3 for Westfield of Ruggles, Green, and Otto are the big 3 scorers. Are also the dominant scorers in this game as well as through the course of the season. They knew that coming in to the game, so I think it's going to be an interesting conversation there with the Millers to try and figure out how to turn that one around.
Exactly. Coach Krutzinger, head coach in his 3rd season, is definitely has his hands full right now, and the messages that he's going to need to relay to his team as we start this second quarter. Other coaches on the Noblesville staff: Luke Burrow, defensive coordinator. Griffin Davidson, another assistant coach. Both of them Noblesville high school grads and played college.
And the whistle started there. We did not have a face-off the end of quarter because there was an extra man advantage to the Millers. So the Millers are going to try to capitalize on that extra man. It's blocked down by the goaltender, and there's a scrum out front. So we're going to see who can come up with this. Boy, coming out of the pile is number 5 Bola, Shannon Bola there, getting it down the field and gets another possession for the Shamrocks. While shorthanded. So we didn't see a face-off because the Millers possessed the ball after the quarter was over with a man advantage. So the Shamrocks don't seem to be fazed by that at all.
No. Now we're all back to even.
As
balls at X or balls behind GLE.
As Westfield is setting up their offense, they're going to be real patient right now. We'll see if that lasts as they try to pull the defense out of the Millers. So they get it ball down to Riggles here. They're going to invert here. I think they found a matchup they like, so they're going to send Jack Green below and kind of do Cole Brown versus Ruggles here. Parker Ruggles is going to take him behind and he's going to dodge the right side, look at the crease. Oh, good knockdown. Mason Otto comes up with it. Mason Otto inverts from the attack to the midfield position and is now going to revert back down as he swaps places with Ruggles. And Looks like, oh, excellent takeaway check there by Mason Bowler. Mason Bowler with a little behind-the-back slap at the stick caused that ball to go to ground, and Jack Judy gets it up. Outlets of Cole Brown. Cole Brown then passes it upfield there to Lorenzo. Lorenzo Ferraro gets in, touches the box, gets the ball down to Elias Aiden. Elias Aiden there gets the ball and skies it over Seth Schroeder.
That was a nice little clear too that they had going there.
It's just how you wanted it. They got it down the side. They get the ball through X. They start to sub in their fresh guys, and then just a ball error throws it through the sky and out of bounds. So now we're going to see riding Hunter Roberts there puts a little into Landon Lawrence there, and then there's a check, and that ball is actually recovered. So Ruggles gets that, goes against Cole Brown. Takes him top side, he's looking through for the shot, takes that shot through, shot wide, and it stays with the Shamrocks. So the Shamrocks still feeling their oats, still testing the defense, but we're now 2 minutes and 20 seconds and they haven't scored. So I think there's a little bit of a tightening up of the defense for the Millers, so that might be a good sign. So it's,
what I'd like to see is the defense maybe apply a little more pressure to the ball carrier. I think right now they're a little timid. They're afraid of getting beat. I think right now is not the time to be timid, but get out there and get sticks on gloves and make this Westfield offense become uncomfortable.
Well, they just they did enough there for that shot to go wide, and then have the Millers back that shot up, so that they're going to start this clear here with Jack Judy looking for a short stick. It's going to be Aiden Richardson. Aiden Richardson, generally speaking, a one-man clear, but he's off that ball to Lorenzo.
Another nice little clear here.
Lorenzo Ferraro, another good clear. So Lorenzo's not harmed. And it looks like Westfield is set up in their zone defense. They like to pressure the ball and then put a zone in behind it. As another errant pass. Boy, he gets through the defense, draws a slide, sees Roberts, and then Richardson throws that one out of bounds. So it's got to be tough. I think they've got to try and find a way to play with a little more confidence here. It seems to be a delay on the field. The referees are conferring somehow, and they've blown the whistle again. I think they just wanted to get everybody set as they chase the ball. And that's going to be settled clear as the Westfields bring that across midfield, and they touch it into the box, and then driving down the side there, get the ball back to Mason, and they're going to set up their offense again. So looks like Westfield just likes to find the matchups they got and just take that shot as it Ruggles takes a shot wide, backed up by Green this time. So
just a sweep from top left to his left. Gets a nice shot off.
It looks like they just these three attackmen that they've got as we get another goal here from Mason Otto. Looks like these three attackmen just like to isolate their matchups, go at them, and then force a slide. And if the slide doesn't come, take the shot.
And that's kind of what you see here. And I think Mason Otto kind of hesitates a little bit, makes it seem like he's just going to pass the ball to his teammate Ruggles, and then just winds up shooting using his defender as a screen.
I think using your defender as a screen is a great job, and that's a 10-goal lead now for the Shamrocks, with its score being 12-2 in favor of the Westfield Green. So we've now got a face-off as we get the ball going here. They've got Byron Weber wins that out, and Landon Lawrence ends up with that ball coming down the sideline, and Westfield's in business again. Ooh, this time Westfield has an errant pass.
A rare errant pass by Westfield.
Westfield had two guys in the crease there, but Landon Lawrence looked like he was going to just feed somebody in the crease. I thought it was going to be Ruggles, and then unfortunately he skied that ball through both guys, and it's going to be clear here for the Millers. So the Millers here just looking for a play as Cole Brown is getting pressure from Mason Otto. Cole Brown keeps running up the field. Looks like he's going to clear and gets it across. Everybody seems to be on side. He's looking for help. He passes that down to Elias Aiden. Elias Aiden is going to settle down now. And looks like the Millers are going to set up shop here as they look for their guys. Hunter Roberts gets a poke in the chest as he tries to pull a face dodge in front. That ball was saved by Seth Schroeder, rolled it right into the Shamrocks, and then picked off by Elias Aiden. Elias Aiden gets a shot wide, and Seth Schroeder outruns the defense in order to retain possession. So turnover to a shot to retain shot. So looks like The Millers are playing with a little bit of excitement now as Seth Schroeder takes it in from behind.
Nice little interception there to regain possession. Save possession for Noblesville.
Yeah, Alex Dawn up here, number 2 with the ball, makes that move on. This is going to be Aiden Richardson. Aiden Richardson finds Seth Schroeder now. So the Millers are testing the defense and then making the extra pass, trying to find a good shot. It's that zone defense of Westfield that's going to force them to do exactly that. And that's in that case, that's bobble the ball and then cause a turnover, and then the referees are going to throw a flag on that scrum of a play. So I think they're going to get number 20, Blaine McNabb, there for a push, is what my guess would be. No, they signal with the elbow. That's an illegal body check. So that'll be 1 minute. That'll be 1 minute penalty for Blaine McNabb in a loose ball situation. That's got to be tough on the Millers here.
That is.
I was incorrect there. They clearly called that a number 4 for Westfield. So Byron Weber actually with the penalty for Westfield. So that is actually going to be in favor of the Millers. So the Millers are going to have an extra man offense to start this year. So not the way I saw it, but there was a lot of banging around going down there. So it could have gone either way. And this one actually favors the Millers as Elias Aiden tracks down a ground ball that he bobbled there, and they skip it back through. Seth Schroeder from behind. Good play by the goalie and an aggressive defensive play by number 1 there, Ashley Decker. So they're going to move this ball around, look for a play. The extra man offense, skip pass to Elias Aiden, bounce shot. Seemed to me that's going to be backed up by Schroeder. So it seemed to me like Aiden got in there and it was like almost aiming it. He wanted to hit it so bad, and I think it, tightened up. So we'll see them work it around again.
Definitely the
Aiden
right
Richardson.
look.
Yep, Aiden Richardson dodges from up top. He's asking for a penalty he's not going to get. And so the Millers actually are having a very good extra man offense here. They've got a couple of shots. They've retained possession. They seem to be getting the shots that they want. They just aren't quite putting them in the goal as Lorenzo Ferraro misses that ball, but he picks that up. A little note there, Lorenzo Ferraro was in PE today and got an elbow to the face and took a couple of stitches to his upper lip. So he looks like he'd been in a fight earlier, but so it makes him look tough, I guess.
Well, definitely good to see him out there.
Byron Weber's penalty has expired. His 1 minute contact penalty has expired, and then we've got a hold. Looks like it's going to be flag is down. Maintain possession for the Millers. Millers are going to have the extra play here as flag is on the ground. Lorenzo's looking for an extra player to take it. Takes that shot. There's a second flag on the ground. And the referees are going to confer, but it looks a lot like Derek Ashley is going to go to the box there for what looks like is indicated a 30-second hold. So the same referee threw 2 flags. Oh, and he also called a slash on a second player. Is number 21 taking a knee in there as well? Or is this both going to be on number 1?
Well, they still have 5 out there.
Okay, so that answers that question. So number 1 with a 1 minute slash, according to the referees, and a successful, although did not result in a goal, play here by the Millers, and so they're going to have another extra man offense opportunity here to see if they can actually put this one in the net as the shots save.
It should be to green.
And they call it to the green. They call it for the goalie. So excellent backup by Tavin Casas. Outrunning that ball, and the Shamrocks are going to get an easy clear here as they outlet this to Landon Lawrence. He comes across. And we're in a situation we've seen quite a bit this game is we've got Westfield with the ball and their man short. So this time, instead of going at the ball, it looks like Ruggles is just going to be settled to kill the penalty.
This is when we'd like to see those poles get out there and put a little pressure. You do have a man advantage. You have help. Go out there and pressure the ball.
And that's what they do. And then Ruggles blows by that pressure. And then before the slide can get there by Stappert, he gets that shot off, and that ball goes in. So that was Ruggles again, yes?
It was Ruggles, left-handed shot, just taking a dodge from kind of the wing, lower wing,
Wow, so that's tough. It's a little weird for me because I just heard one of the coaches yell, "Hey Byron," and usually think that's me. But there's another Byron on the field, and that's Byron Weber at the faceoff X. They were yelling instructions to him, so I think he's going to got another plan here. And he's shorthanded, gets hit, and they are going to call a loose ball push, and that's going to be awarded and another faceoff win for the Shamrocks. So. The Shamrocks, again, shorthanded, touch up the box and have an offensive possession, and they get it to Mason Otto. So Shamrocks don't seem to be fazed by the fact that they're short a guy, and they're still scoring and going into the play here.
Tough to not win that face-off for Noblesville there with a man advantage.
I think what you do like to see is at least they were aggressive getting in there on the ball. Obviously a little too aggressive there, but they were making a play on the ball as we see a good check by Mason Bowler. Gets that ball on the ground, but recovered by Mason Otto. So Bowler still all over him. So he's applying pressure.
Nice defense.
And Otto still going at him. Bowler's coming at it, and they've got the extra slide there by Johnson Sparks. Johnson Sparks recovers. And so Westfield is willing to test the defense, especially here with Ruggles versus Brown. Ball's on the ground with a good check by Brown.
Couple good stick checks now.
And the ball is on the ground. It got caught in Cole Brown's face mask. He recovers the ball, and he gets that ball upfield, so he's going to headman that ball to Joe Seppert. Stappert's going to get it in, touch the box, and he's going to get that up to Elias Aiden. And we're back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we are even 6 on 6. So a successful kill for Westfield, and now the possession to the Millers is another high ball by Elias Aiden, although caught by Roberts. So Roberts, a good handle there, and Aiden trying, Elias there, testing the defense. Now Alex Dawn's going to test the defense. Gets through, finds Roberts. Roberts in the middle again, pulls it out. And then find low to Aiden. Aiden shot.
Nice save.
They call that a good save, and he landed in the crease. But since they have possession, it's going to stay Westfield ball. Westfield's going to clear it. And you've got a situation where you've got this the jack of all trades for this guy. Mason Otto just comes down and gets that ball and is able to play midfield and attack, and he's dodging, he's scoring, he's getting assists, and a pass that's down, then Cole Brown gets the ball. He's looking upfield. He gets that through to Aiden. Aiden mishandles the ball, scoops it through with a little hockey play, bobbles it again, ball's still down. Excellent play by Aiden to stay with it. Aiden possesses that ball, gets it back to Seth Schroeder. Schroeder with the Millers looking for a play. It's going to be Hunter Roberts looking to test the defense, gets that shot, shoots it wide, and backed up by Aiden. So a little bit of urgency here by the Millers, who are down 13-2.
Elias Aiden did a nice job of getting that ground ball on this near side during that clear. I don't know if there was an accident so much as he ran into the player and actually boxed out the ball for himself. Don't know if he intended to do that or not.
High hard shot there by Alex Dawn. Good save by Tavin. He's going to outlet the ball here as he walks up looking for a short stick and gets it all the way downfield to Landon Lawrence. Checked by Cole Brown from behind. It's going to be a loose ball. It's going to be bobbled around here, swatted a bit. Nobody seems to be getting it. Mason Bowler picks it up.
There is a flag on the ground.
Runs away for traffic. There was a flag. It looks like he picked it up. And Jack Judy now to get the ball. So the clock is on. So how many seconds here to get it across the midfield?
Yeah, we've got 20 seconds to get the ball past midfield. Once that ball gets past midfield, 10 seconds to get it into the box. Now we'll get this penalty called. So
the penalty would be assessed. It's going to be against the Westfield Shamrocks. When the Millers possessed that ball, when the flag went down, they are allowed to maintain possession even if it goes on the ground. So in that case, they didn't get the clear. It was deflected, went out of bounds. Flag was down. Flag is assessed, and we're going to see an extra man offense for the Millers here. This seems to be quite a few penalties being called today. I think is that a function of sloppy play or
it might be a function of just Westfield really just moves all over the place.
Okay.
Right? In my opinion, they are all over the place. They're being aggressive, trying to get the ball, running through stick checks with possession, trying to get good defense.
Oh, and there's a shot and goal by Aiden. Aiden Richardson, number 16, with a shot and goal for an extra man goal for the Millers here. So the Millers have gotten on the board in this
Westfield
quarter.
just kind of collapsed there. kind of lost sight of number 16, Aiden Richardson. And Aiden Richardson just put it away with a strong right-handed shot, top high to low.
So with 54.1 seconds to go in the first half, it is 13-3 in favor of the Shamrocks. The Millers just scored to notch their third tally. And we're going to see how this plays out for the rest of the half here. That will release the penalty, so we are full strength on both teams as the referees get set to put this ball into play. And looks a big scrum there. And the referees are going to call withholding. And they're going to award the ball to the Millers. So we're going to have Adrian Vasquez comes down with the ball and gets the ball to Elias Aiden. It seems to me that both man down and in regular offense, that the Millers seem to be struggling with this zone defense as Alex Dawn, with an excellent pass. I for sure he was going to shoot. So Alex Dawn breaks the defense, goes through there, and then finds Seth Schroeder for the goal.
Definitely with a high dodge from top left. Just not really sure how what happened defensively. Just left the player down on the crease.
I think they just weren't set quite yet set into their zone or man-to-man and hadn't maybe decided. So with 31.8 to go in the half, the Millers on a 2-goal run here to make it 13-4 in favor of the Shamrocks. Another face-off, and the ball's out. Looks like it's a scrum. As, they're fighting for that ball, and the Shamrocks come up with it again. So Weber seems to, have a breakdown once or twice here or there, but overall has just been dominating the play with about 13 seconds to go. The Westfield is going to test this defense with Ruggles. Ruggles is coming across, takes a whole shot, saved by Jack Judy. He bobbled it, and it's going to be picked up. It's a backhand shot by Otto.
Boys. Keep playing.
Keep playing. You got to play to the whistle. He thought with that backhand shot that went in, and he started to walk away, but that was on the outside of the net. So we are at halftime with the scoring slowed down there in the second, but it is still Shamrocks 13, the Millers 4. So we are going to be back right before the half starts to kind of get some insights going forward. So we'll hear from you in a bit. Thank you.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Hey Deb, why do they call us Logan Street Signs and Banners?
Because we started off at Logan Street.
But we're on South 10th Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
Why didn't we change the name?
That would have just confused everybody and they wouldn't be able to find us.
Now I'm really confused.
Bill, we're Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville. Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street Signs and Banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello, folks. My name is Byron Stankus alongside Matt McEnroe. We are here at Beaver Materials Field near the campus of Noblesville High School, and we're just concluding halftime of the lacrosse game of the IHSLA matchup of the number 17 Westfield Shamrocks and the number 9 team Noblesville Millers. So we have a score of Shamrocks 13, Millers 4. So Matt McEnroe, what did you see in the first half, and what can we look forward to going forward?
Well, definitely in that first half, we got to see the Westfield Shamrocks showcase their team speed up and down the field, dominating at faceoffs by the stat of 14-4 in favor of Westfield. Shots in favor of Westfield, 17-14 at the end of the half. Their speed, their team speed, their ability to identify open players and just beat their man and get solid shots off on the Noblesville goalie. Their game plan is coming to fruition exactly how head coach Troy Dinkle thought it would by getting volume shooting on the cage, and they are lighting up the scoreboard.
They absolutely are lighting up the scoreboard, and I think we saw an onslaught of 13 goals between the two teams scored in the first quarter. That did slow down in the second quarter, and the Millers were able to, at least on the shots, were able to sort of close that lopsided gap a bit. So coming out to start, I was talking with one of the assistant coaches at the halftime for the Millers, and they said that they were going to try something different on faceoffs, but it looks like they've lined up in a very similar situation. So we'll see if the adjustments that these teams made at halftime impacts the score at all here as the referees get to place the ball down and get ready to put the second half in play. Yep, and they making final adjustments, and they're off.
And face-off win by number 27, Adrian Vasquez.
Yeah, Adrian Vasquez coming off of a foot injury, so nice to see him. We got a whistle. Clock did not start, so the referees stalled that. So a big face-off win to start the half here for the Millers. So it was Evan Rohde there was able to rake that ball out to Vasquez. Vasquez was able to get it to the offense. So the Millers set up their offense here with Alex Dawn getting it to Aiden Richardson. Richardson, an errant pass there to Roberts. So not a great start, although a big plus in the column of face-off wins. So that's a good start as Westfield Shamrocks here clear the ball with ease and try to get that down the field there. That's number 1, Derek Ashley. So,
Byron, I think a little bit of this maybe lopsided victory. Sometimes when you have senior nights, and it is Noblesville senior night tonight, sometimes the emotions of that last game sometimes get to you a little bit. You maybe lose focus a little bit prior to that, to the start of that first face-off, and maybe that's what we're seeing. Because I don't think you or I thought that this game would be this big of a difference for either team.
No, absolutely did not see that coming. I said early on I thought it was a you pick 'em either way. So the emotion and the excitement on one side probably got to them. So we're looking at Westfield to try again here as they get a ball shot blocked by the defenders and battle for the ground ball picked up by Mason Bowler. He's going to take it across midfield. So a defensive stand for the Millers as they clear it, get upfield. They're still in the offense, fast break looking, and they're going to now settle down and get some offensive specialists on the field. So good defensive set there by the Millers, and they won a face-off. They got an offensive set. They threw it away. They were able to have a good defensive set, now get that back. So they maybe have an opportunity to climb that in as they feed that through. The question now is, that's a good play by the defense. Mason Bowler actually having a pretty good game here. Keeps that ball from going across the midfield line and creating a turnover.
Westfield looks to be in a 3-3 zone.
Yeah, and it looks like they're extending that zone out a bit too. So Seth Schroeder will be pulling that. And look at this, right down the middle with a shot goal by Blaine McNabb. So that shot goes wide, backed up by Hunter Roberts. So Hunter Roberts is going to bring this ball in from X. Miller's going to set a pick here, Schroeder with the pick. Roberts comes around, turns the corner, fakes the behind the back. Fakes that behind the back again, then comes through, goes hand, drops it low to Schroeder, and then dunks it in. Excellent play all the way around. Wow.
Great play.
Hunter Roberts looks like he got a bit of a Charlie horse here. He's going to take a knee on the field. I don't know if he got slashed
Let's
there.
Look at this. excellent play by Roberts to get his hands free enough to get that pass off to Schroeder, who
with a flag down too. So they got a hold on that play, but
this
looks
is a key injury though. Hopefully this is just a cramp.
When we watched that play, when we watched that replay, I was noticing that specifically as you were calling that he was able to ward off the lift check there and the hold from the defender, get that down to Schroeder, and Schroeder scored. While he was standing there passive after he got that play away, he then dropped and grabbed his calf. So that looks to me, hopefully I'm correct on that was that's just a cramp situation here. So we're hoping for. That would be a big blow if he's got to sit any extended period of time. Now, coming off of this timeout for injury, he will have to leave the field, but assuming he's okay, he'll be able to come right back in. So Hunter Roberts with an assist there to Seth Schroeder to make the game 13-5 in favor of the Shamrocks. There's a round of applause.
Being helped off the field, no weight being placed on that leg right now, but we hope he returns because he's definitely an exciting player to watch for Noblesville.
Yeah, and he's the offense seems to be generated through him, whether he's scoring, making assists, or as you pointed out earlier, they were shutting him off on a play because they think of him as a big threat. So, with a big threat going to the sideline, that's got to hurt the Miller. So we're going to have to see some other people step up here as the Millers return to that face-off lineup that won last time with Evan Rohde and Adrian Vasquez on the wing here with Jonathan Sparks on the far wing. But Byron Weber pops that out, pops it free, starts the fast break, moves that down, and shot goal by Ruggles. So Ruggles on a fast break from Weber. Weber just popped that blue right by him and was able to start the fast break, slow sliding defense, huh?
Just great face-off there, wins it to himself. Quick pass off to Ruggles, just lets it fly. Catches it in with space to get his hands free.
And was able to shoot right around the defender. So, boy, they're not missing the mark too much when they get that out there. So now we've got Blaine McNabb on the wing to see if they've got another way to go. We talked with Adrian Vasquez's dad today, and he said that the injury is still bothering him. It still hurts, but McNabb now with a face-off win. So Rohde gets that ball back to the face-off, gets it to McNabb. McNabb gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder bobbles it. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like they've moved Alex Dawn down to attack in the spot for Roberts as there's a double team. Good hard ride there. And then Schroeder with the tap as they run by. McNabb rolling into the hole. Westfield starting up with the offense again. Ball's down. Good check. That was Mason Bowler again with a good stick check. So we've seen a couple of good stick checks. Ball headman up their field. Errant pass by the goalie outletting up to the midfield. And then the ball back to Ruggles.
Probably wants that pass back. It was a good look, just the execution in the pass could have been a little better.
I'm not so sure number 20, Blaine McNabb, was actually looking for that. Oh, and there's a big save and recovery and batted around. So Jake Judy, and then gets hit from behind while he's in the crease.
Yes.
So we've definitely got a flag down. That is going to be, what do you call that? Because it was a loose ball situation, so it can't be a push with possession, but he's in the crease and gets contacted. So
that's
a no-no officially, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what that's called?
I would call that a no-no.
I think when I was officiating back in the day, we had a term called illegal team personnel action, which means something went bad, I don't know what it was, sit down and feel bad. So that's probably what happened, illegal team personnel action. We know there is a circle around the crease, around the goal called the crease. The goalie is protected while inside of that crease, and the goalie was not afforded that protection this time. So Westfield player is going to take a knee for a minute here as we see the Millers work their extra man offense again.
Really extended out defensively there, Westfield did.
So do you think Westfield's doing that on particular players, or are they? And as Alex Dawn gets a shot, and a good save by Tavin Kostis.
So to answer your question, before they were doing that when Roberts was in, they were actually stepping out on two occasions. I saw them actually number 10 from Westfield would actually try and face guard him or make sure that he just didn't shut him off.
Right. So they just probably have a spot on the field that they don't mind shutting a guy off as Westfield actually recovers that ball after the great save and is now settled into a a situation that we've heard before where they are a man down, but they are playing offense. So this time it's going to be Jack Green. Looks like he's got his line, and he's
Looks like we're all even now.
Are we all even? And we get the shot here from Ruggles. Boom. That sidearm snapshot that he's got on the move. Boy, it's
really
hard.
It's tough to save too. Defensively, on the approach, they give up top side. Now you're giving basically 6 by 6 feet
if you see
of
that,
area.
Yeah, if you see that there, his hands drop on the shot, and then he shoots high. So the goaltender reading his hands is dropping down, and then when the shot is released, that shot is going high. So Ruggles again with another goal. It looks like that's his 5th, 6th point for the day. And we're going to see another face-off. Vasquez with the coming off the foot injury on the wing again. And we see Tyler Roberts, the young long stick middie on the other side. And Byron Weber bobbles that out, and Westfield seems to throw it to empty space. Though we don't get a clean pickup, now they do. Coming out of the box of the ride is Elias Aiden. Elias Aiden seems to turn the guy and gets the turnover. So turnover favor of the Millers. That was an excellent ride. So Joe Steppert now with the ball gets that off to Alex Dawn. And one thing I do see as the Millers set up their offense is number 4 in white for the Millers is back on the field. So really good to see that injury was not detrimental in any way. So now we see the damaged mug here of Lorenzo gets it inside, and Hunter Roberts then feeds. Oh, boy, that was a weird play there, right? Because Seth Schroeder fed it into the crease. To Roberts, and then Roberts I thought was going to shoot, and he didn't. He threw it back out to Schroeder, and Schroeder wasn't ready for it and went out of bounds. So turnover goes to the Westfield Shamrocks, who are now trying to clear the ball as number 10, Braden Breedlove, who cleared it up the field last time, is able to do it again, and then gets that ball up to Mason Otto. So Otto there, now he takes his shot after Ruggles was there, and failure to advance or a timeout. Looks like they're running the side of the field. So it looks like Westfield knew that they were having trouble getting it into the box within their 20 seconds. So good possession timeout by the Shamrocks.
Yeah, they called a timeout, and this is a good time to basically introduce our audience to the Westfield coaches. Head coach Troy Dinkle for Westfield has 15 years of coaching experience in and around the United States. Came to Westfield last year. He was the HCLC Coach of the Year last year, as well as the U.S. Lacrosse Indiana Chapter Coach of the Year. We also have assistant coach Bob Graham, first year with Westfield. Fun fact with Coach Graham, he is the brother-in-law of Kyle Krutzinger, Coach Krutzinger of Noblesville.
So this is a game they're going to talk about probably at Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Bragging rights. Coach Betts is a second-year coach here at Westfield. Coach Breedlove seems to be several years with Westfield. And then Coach Nico Paramibada.
Yeah, he was a coach in the youth program there at Noblesville when I was coaching here at Noblesville, and I just refer to him Coach Nico. So
Coach
that's
Nico.
going to be easier, I think, for everybody.
It is his second year at Westfield.
But Coach Breedlove is actually his son is number 10, the defenseman that plays for Westfield. So it's nice to see him out there supporting his son and getting involved in coaching because we know how much that's important. So to sort of reset the game, we're in the third quarter with 6:14 to go. The Shamrocks are ahead 15-5. And coming out of a timeout, which was a possession timeout, so that they didn't get it into the box in time. So they're going to start this play there with number 3, Jack Green. So Jack Green is going to bring it in. One of the things I like to see here with Westfield that they've done is they take their attackmen and they invert them to be midfielders. And sometimes they even go back and play defense. So they definitely like to mix it up here as Green seems to be dodging just about, this is his third player covering him in this situation as he's still going. So good defensive specialist in Adrian Vasquez on 27 gets that out and then shot. So I think there's a situation where we saw, right, Vasquez, who was playing solid defense on there, and then we saw the slide. But the slide came off of Otto Mason. I don't know that the Millers want to be sliding off of the best player on the other team.
Correct.
As we get a flag on the play after that shot. So as Landon Lawrence there went to the goal, and he got that shot off, and it was saved by Jack Judy. He, as according to the officials, was then pushed into the crease. So they're going to call apparently a push with possession there. So the extra man advantage now is going to go to the Shamrocks.
We're going to see Noblesville now in their man-down defense. They run a 3-2 zone.
And they do actually what they did to start the game, except reverse.
Correct.
But this time it was Jack Green drawing the defender, dropping it down to Mason.
Ball starts over on the left wing with number 3. Nice little easy pass. Just a little bit late in the rotation for Noblesville.
That was literally the reverse of the first goal of the game, where the first goal of the game, it was Mason Otto coming up, drawing the defender and dropping it to Green. This time it was Green coming in from the side, drawing the defender and dropping it down to Otto. So we're going to see another Byron Weber face-off here as that ball pops out, and it's going to be scrum. Loose ball goes to the wing and picked up by, was that a clean pickup? I don't know. We've got a lot of bodies on the ground. The referee blows the whistle. That was Blaine McNabb, I believe. Yep, McNabb there had the ball and then got called for the loose ball push, so that'll be turned over to Westfield. Westfield's going to try it with clearing the ball with up the field. And there's a whistle called timeout Westfield. So Westfield looked like that's 2 timeouts here in the course of this quarter, and both of them look to be possession timeouts. I think they thought
possession. Yeah, it was a decent timeout. It was probably a good timeout. They saw the double team coming. It's hard to see from being on the opposite side of the field, and when the play is occurring far side, it's hard to know. Just wanted to save possession there for his team.
Yeah, exactly. They saw
the confidence of his players.
Yeah, they saw Luke Lewis there double teamed by the attackman. Looks like they were riding him out of bounds, so they possessed it in their defense. It doesn't look like it's going to be real close at the end to try to save those timeouts. So
correct.
Probably not a terrible time to do that, but probably helpful for the Millers to then settle in and reset here as well. So
absolutely.
With 5:17 in the third, Shamrocks up 16-5 on the Noblesville Millers in their home whites. So
if we talk a little bit about Westfield now, obviously their coaches are happy and pleased with the way they're playing. They're playing fast. Westfield was kind of dinged with the injury bug earlier in the year with 6 injured players earlier in the season, losing players to concussion protocol, hand injuries, shoulder injuries, you name it. All in all,
and some of their top players as well.
Definitely top players from lines 1 and 2. So this is the first game where it's my understanding that they are back, and so this is great to see everyone back in the game in a flow, playing fast, playing good lacrosse.
And that maybe Ruggles here is going to start with the ball number 8, and he's going to go up against Johnson Sparks here at number 7 for the Millers. So maybe that's part of the reason why they came out with such energy and such confidence early in this game, is they just knew that they were firing on all cylinders and had an opportunity to make a play of it there. So
yeah, that was one of the things that Coach Dinkle had mentioned that he was disappointed with this year is just injuries. They're part of the game, but really felt like it affected his team in the beginning, but not affecting them now as they're all back on the field.
And you and I had talked. You and I had talked at the beginning of the game that they play a lot of games as well. They have like a 20-game schedule. There's a shot off the post, and it's actually going to be backed up by the Millers, so we're going to get a change of possession. So you and I were talking about how many games the Westfield Shamrocks play relative to everybody else. 4 or 5 games more than the average team does.
Quite a few. 20 games in a regular season.
Before playoffs, yeah.
Before playoffs, that's difficult. That's tough to do.
That can lead to a little bit more injuries and get kids tired. So maybe they've found a lull here and been able to come back as the Millers get in, touch the box, get it set up in their offense with Alex Dawn looking around, scanning the field, skipping through. Looks like the Millers are a little impatient here, trying to force a play insteed of letting the play come to them as Seth Schroeder tracks down.
They really had a nice opportunity down
Decker,
there, too. 2v1 down by GLE. Noblesville did.
Right.
But like you said, excited to try and make a play
Well, Decker runs that all the way down the field, takes a big hard shot, goes out of bounds. So backed up by Westfield. So Westfield, looking ahead, they're currently ranked 7th. They're in a tight battle of the 6th place against Culver Military's varsity team. So as we get a pass inside, another shot saved by Jack Judy. So Jack Judy with an excellent save there with a good cut by Mason Otto.
Great cut. Would have liked to have seen that pass maybe come out of his stick.
And a hell of a ride by Otto as well. So Judy just expected a loose play and then now picks off that pass. So he expected a loose play. Mason Otto comes up and then attacks him from behind, gets the turnover, then gets a shot on goal, a picked off pass, and then gets that ball upfield. Hayden Richardson then clears it for him, so the Millers get to set up again. Let's see if they can have just a little bit of patience. I know they're down quite a bit here, but you can't force the play. You've got to find your matchups and look for the right play. If you do attack the defense and force them at the seams to collapse, there are open guys. You just have to do the right thing. Like right there is a good play. Lorenzo Miller finds him and scores. Great.
Nice hard
play.
shot. Nice hard shot.
Excellent play. So exactly what I was talking about here, if you don't mind me calling the replay on here, but exactly what I was talking about is Richardson draws 2 guys on the defense, leaves Lorenzo Ferraro open. Ferraro just slips between that double team, just turns around, takes his time, sets his hands and feet, and shoots.
Yeah, so from 11 yards, that's a good range for him.
That's an excellent range for him, yes. So that was a little bit of patience. Split the seams on the zone, find the extra guy, take your time, put that shot on goal. Excellent play by both of those players. That makes it 6 for the Millers with 3:05 to play in the third. So Miller 6, Westfield Shamrocks 16. We see another face-off. These are becoming increasingly important here as we see Cole Brown off the wing pick up that ground ball, pass it down to Elias Aiden. Elias Aiden hits Schroeder. Schroeder drops the ball through the crease, picked up by Hunter Roberts. Hunter Roberts running like a man possessed, tries to gain top side. He's drawing the double team, resets, and looks like they're going to try to dump that through here. So the other way to beat a team is to overload their zone. So what happens is if you play a nice balanced offensive set, right, the zone, it plays right into its strengths. So you want to do what they did before and either split the defense and make 2 people play one, leaving somebody open, or you want to overload one side of the field or one area of the field and force them to decide what to stretch the defense or not. So
correct, and that last time they had something going, but they didn't have their 6th offensive player on the field, so it was kind of hard for them to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they had overloaded one side with 4 guys, but the backside was supposed to have 2, only had 1, and so they didn't push the play as Aiden Richardson looks through to Hunter Roberts on the crease. Hunter Roberts coming around. Not sure what he was going to do there. It looked like maybe a really good lift check as we see Breedlove again make a play with the flag go down. So flag is down, and the ball is on the ground. I think this is going to be touched up here by Millers, and we're going to get a penalty on number 5 for the slash, I believe. It's going to be a slash. So it's going to be an extra man offense opportunity for the vaunted Shamrock offense.
I think we're going to possibly see a little weather come in here in a few minutes. As we know, there might be some rain coming in, so we'll keep an eye on that. A little bit of a line coming through. So,
right, exactly. A little line. Again, this is lacrosse. I see some of the fans are starting to put some hoods up, so it may be sprinkling a little bit. But in lacrosse, we do know that they will play in the rain. We saw that last week. We want to make sure that there's no lightning because they're all running around with lightning rods, so we don't want that. So we do know in this case that the game will not be played in the Thunderdome. But we will pick that corner by Mason Otto. So Mason Otto just off the extra man just finds a little seam on GLE there and
catches it and lets it rip.
He does.
Number 7, Mason Otto for the Shamrocks.
Was able to take a couple steps in. Looks like the rain's starting to come out now. People are starting to run in the stands, get their umbrellas out.
They are. They scrambled really quickly there. That's looked like cockroaches in the light or something like that. It's 1:31 to go in the third with the Shamrocks up 17-6 on the home field Millers. But the rain's starting to come down. We have some fans hiding in here into the booth. And the rain starts to pour as we get another face-off here with a loose ball picked up by Blaine McNabb. McNabb for the Millers.
That's a nice
another win. Good win by them. Elias Aiden now with looking for somebody as the Millers get all their guys on the field. And then McNabb drops the ball. I think he ran through it. Looks like a loose ball push. That's going to be a loose ball push call, correct? That's going to stay with the Millers.
Correct.
Millers are going to get that. They're going to sub out the last of their face-off specialists and bring in Aiden Richardson, who picks up this loose ball. So now Richardson is going to test this defense again. And, looked like he was looking for a cutting Seth Schroeder there, and that was a little bit of an errant pass. As the rain really comes down in droves, it just got really, really dark over in that back corner where the E and the Millers, Noblesville is.
Looks like it's getting darker, too.
The referees seem to have called that a shot and awarded that ball to the Millers as the driving rain just comes pouring down here. So I don't know how this is going to affect the game, but I can't imagine that's going to be make anybody happy as the rain just comes in sheets pouring down here as Alex Dawn just circles the field looking for someone to throw to. Overthrows McNabb. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover. And you can just see it on your screen, folks. The rain just coming down in sheets and waves as Ruggles starts it on the field and starts to take off on Johnson Sparks. Then there's an errant pass, and Jack Judy is going to protect that.
Yeah, good job by Jack Judy. Just boxing out the Westfield player, allowing the ball to go out of the end line, saving possession for Noblesville.
Yeah, you can absolutely hear that rain coming off of our microphones, even in the background. So that it is, folks, it is that heavy. This is quite a torrent of rain, and I wonder if that's going to affect the play. And if it does, I imagine it's only going to favor the Millers, frankly, because bad weather tends to slow down the speed of your team, and the Millers have got the ball across midfield here. Excuse me, not across the midfield, but as the horn blows to end the quarter, they came across the field, got that shot off of Blaine McNabb. So we end the third, starting the fourth. We end the third with the Shamrocks up 17-6 on the home field Millers, and the rain is just absolutely driving here.
Just stats from that past quarter for face-offs and shots. Face-offs actually in favor of Noblesville, doing a great job, 5-2, and then shots definitely in favor of Westfield, taking their shots volume shooting with 7-3.
Okay, 7-3 on shots.
Yes.
Okay, so and when we look at that, Noblesville actually won that quarter on face-offs.
They did,
and I think that's an important step moving forward because we do know that they have the offense that actually can come back and score. The question is, can they score 11 unanswered? But we know winning those face-offs is a big step in the right direction. So we are definitely in driving rain. You can see it on your screen there, looking up at the lights. Looking out the windows for us is, fortunately, we are covered, and so are the cameramen.
I am very happy to be inside.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just crazy out there. It's just raining buckets and buckets. We haven't seen lightning and no thunder, so
and that's good.
As funny as I like to be, no Thunderdome, but definitely a battle royale here. So another face-off where the ball's on the ground. We have whistle blows, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to see for us because we're going to have to rely on a lot of whistles. That whistle there was going to be a procedure penalty. It looked like a loose ball push, so that's going to be favor the Shamrocks. Shamrocks are not slowing down at all.
No, still. So their players, and you know what? This could potentially be maybe a decision to keep everybody in there since they haven't been playing all together as a team for a while. That's number 23 on the goal.
Yeah, that is that's Andrew Decker.
Andrew Decker, senior, with a nice right-handed shot.
I believe that was his first goal of the day. I haven't seen him on the score sheet yet.
It was a nice dodge down the alley and then wins top side with his right hand. Good shot, strong shot, nice finish.
Yeah, 18-6. So we will. The referees are out there getting things set. It is pouring rain. You can definitely see it. Usually a little bit of rain when you're looking at the cameras. They said running clock is the indication now from the referee. So once this whistle blows, it will be a running clock because there is a 12-goal lead. So They've actually winded the clock already, and the face-off is underway. Whistles blow again. And again, it's difficult for us, but they're going to call a procedure penalty on Westfield. It's going to award the ball to the Millers. The Millers come down, shot wide. So Blaine McNabb there gets that ball, and before the defense gets set, takes a shot and goes wide, backed up by Hunter Roberts. So Hunter Roberts is going to test this defense again and kind of do what he does and dodge, try and draw several guys, make the feed, feeds it inside to Schroeder. Schroeder dropped it. We got a couple of loose ball pushes. They're going to award that ball to the Shamrocks. So the Shamrocks defense holds in the rain here as they get awarded a loose ball push and possession as Landon Lawrence there is going to clear it. He's got it in stick number 9 as the driving rain comes down, makes a split dodge on the first attackman, throws it cross field to the defenseman.
You can see the water just splashing out of the nets of the players as they catch the ball.
It's actually kind of fun to watch since we're in the booth,
watch.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then a shot wide there by Byron Weber. So Byron Weber staying in the offensive zone there, backed up by the defense of Noblesville. So Noblesville's going to get that turnover on that play. We've actually had to close our windows here. You're going to start to be able to hear the tin roof of the rain driving down. But the Millers are going to try to persist here in the rain. They're still playing with a little effort there as Lorenzo gets the pass from Dawn.
Nice, smart little clear.
Yep, they were patient with that. They used their long poles, they used their short poles, they used the fresh guys out of the box. Lorenzo takes a shot wide.
Why not? Nobody's going to step up to you. Go ahead, take that shot.
Yep, and Schroeder will start that ball inbounds from out of bounds as soon as he can go find one. Looks like with all of the shooting that's been going on and running out of balls back there. So the Millers are going to get this offense around. They get a sneaker backside. It's that was a good little play by Elias Aiden. He snuck around, got the shot off, but the goaltender was there ready to make that play as Westfield then begins to clear it again as they get it across the midfield stripe and get it down to the offensive half of the field. They've touched up the box with the long pole. He's coming in. I think that's a shot, and that's a goal. That's a shot and goal by number 31, Jake Weichel. I saw that coming from a mile away. The defense sort of relaxed on him.
Yeah, the pole just got excited. Saw an opportunity that he can take a shot down the alley. Nobody there to really help out. Number 14 was a little bit behind the play. Why not take the shot?
Yeah, I mean, number 24 covering him sort of went for the check, missed, and then was trailing the whole way. Yeah. Kind of saw that coming, and just a long pole, close range on the goaltender.
Has an opportunity to shoot. He's very excited for that opportunity.
Jack Judy's having a really tough day there in goal for the Millers. He's 19 goals scored here. I have no idea what the saves are. He's made some good ones for sure, but he's not getting a lot of help because they're vacating some of the best players as we see this face-off win go to the Millers again. But now we're seeing the rain start to ebb here a little bit, and it's turned down to just a regular, I don't know, I would say drizzle, but it's not even that light. It's regular
just
rain.
A solid rain right now.
Just regular rain as opposed to a torrent. And the Millers are going to try to find a way to generate some offense here with 7:42-41 to go in the fourth quarter. So it seems that they've been fairly frustrated here with the zone defense as we see
solid save there.
Good save again by the Westfield goaltender. And that ball being sloppy, bounced around, shot, goal. And are they going to count that? Because that's a really pretty goal if they do. That is excellent effort. And the referee is making a point to try and see. He's making a decision. He has not signaled anything either way. He's looking for the ball, to be honest with you. And the ball was just fished out of the goal by the goalie. So the referee has not made a signal. But I believe they've counted that a goal. They are walking to the midfield with that. And yes, it is. So look at that. Was an exceptional play by Seth Schroeder. I believe that was number 21, Seth Schroeder, digging up the ground ball and then jumping up over everybody, shooting that down into the goal. It crosses the goal line, and then he lands in the crease. So the referee, in the rain and the wet and the sloppy play there, lost the ball, and the Millers notched their 7th goal with 6:37 to go. So huge turnaround on faceoffs for the Millers. Have won, and another faceoff win by the Millers. And an offensive explosion of 2 goals here. I don't know in the last couple, but they've
Definitely, they're controlling the faceoffs right now.
and that makes a huge difference. A huge difference because their offense we know is good enough to score, as we've seen here as of late, even with the confounding zone defense. But they haven't let it bother them, and there's a flag is down on the play.
Another little nifty play there.
Yeah, but Elias Aiden is a hockey player as
he
well.
did that in the first half.
Yeah, he's a hockey player. He's a real good hockey player for here in Indianapolis, and he uses those skills right there to swat that ball along the ground, past the defender, and then pick it up himself. So gets a shot off and is awarded a penalty for a slash, I imagine, as 5:36. The clock is still running because we are still on running time because we still are a 12-goal deficit. But the Millers now are going to get an extra man opportunity here. And I see something special here. If you notice, the ball is going to be starting up top with number 2, Alex Dawn, right? But they are going to...
Oh, they're picking it up.
No, they're picking it
Number
up
4 is
behind the
picking
goal.
it up.
That's not where it should start. So he rolls it out. Okay, so it's going to start at the side with 21, Seth Schroeder. But as you mentioned before, they've got number 10, Westfield does. 10, number Breedlove, is shutting off number 4, Roberts, because they know that Roberts wants to get that as we get a shot and ripped by Lorenzo Ferraro with a high heat. So the defense collapses on number 4. They test that defense. They find someone else, and the guy to answer it is Lorenzo Ferraro with the goal, making it Millers 8, Shamrocks 19. And the clock has stopped. Wow. So the rain has died down a bit as we saw the waves of water coming down, and now it's just a regular old rainstorm. And we see another face-off here, and a face-off win is that? Are you going to count that as a win?
Not yet.
Okay, so that was a bobbled ball, and then turns around. Byron Weber coming down. He feeds that off, cross crease, pass. So he fast that off to Ruggles. Ruggles tries to get it across to Otto. That was an errant pass. And that's going to be turnover awarded to the Millers. So the Millers, with a little pep in their step here for the last couple of minutes, are going to try to clear this ball with their long poles. And unfortunately, another errant pass. So maybe a situation, although they have been doing it a lot, unfortunately, this game. But wet sticks, you tend to throw that ball away a little. They were dry early. They're wet now. So it's going to change the pocket a bit. And a scrum out in front of the goal as Westfield's trying to pick up the loose ball. And the ball is still loose. We got a loose ball push call, and it's going to be awarded to the Millers. So Adrian Richardson for the Millers is going to look to clear. He's looking all the way across, fakes the long pass, and then runs it himself, the one-man clear. Then he looks back. He wants the referee to throw a flag. The referee did. He touches up the box, feeds it through, and then shot wide. So he ended up getting what he wanted. He got the clear. He got the ball into the box. He got the flag thrown, and he got the ball.
You know, that previous shot that they just took maybe didn't need to needed it to be wound up and underhand, maybe just a quick, get it in the stick and get it out.
Maybe trying a little too hard there, you think? When you're down as much as you are.
Definitely shoot, maybe shot selection.
Yeah, the referees just had to whistle the play dead because there was a flag down. They've assessed the penalty. It's going to be extra man offense.
Good job by the officials.
With the Millers. Shot gone, deflected, redirected up top, shot Aiden Richardson, goal.
The onslaught continues for Noblesville here.
Noblesville has turned it on
in this fourth quarter.
We knew that they had the offense.
So there's a little bit of a shot that got deflected, pass up to Aiden Richardson, step down shot from about 9 yards.
Yeah,
out.
so that's another play where the shot came. It went through. Elias Aiden picked that ball up. Good play by him. He is able to find Aiden Richardson, and Aiden Richardson with a good hard bounce shot buries that. So that makes the score 19-9 in favor of the Shamrocks versus the home field Millers, with 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter. So the referees making whatever calls they need to be calling as the rain has died down here to a bit of a drizzle. And referees are going to have another conference. Not sure what they're doing, but it looks like Blaine McNabb is running off the field. Not sure what's going on here.
Looks to be somebody in the penalty box right now. Number 2, Alex Dawn.
Yeah. Is he in the penalty box or is he just resting?
I think
at
there's
the
2
corner
people
there?
in the penalty box.
One for each.
Yes.
Yeah, one for each. So I don't know what they called on that play, but it was a deadfall foul. So I wonder if, as Cole Brown gets that checked out of his stick, that was a win for the Millers, and then Cole Brown gets forced out of bounds, flips it upfield. They have still called it all out of bounds, and then I'm going to guess that that's taunting by number 3, Cole Brown. So after he hit the guy into the bench, the referee then throws another flag. So we're going to have a little bit of a conference. So he's going to call number 5 for unsportsmanlike conduct. So he called Westfield because he was pointing at Westfield, and he called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Okay, so let's try to reset here, right? It looks like Westfield has 2 guys in the box, one from an earlier penalty that we had on Aiden Richardson that was some sort of a slash, and one that was just called now that looked like an unsportsmanlike conduct. And we have Alex Dawn sitting in the back for the Millers, and he's in there. So it looks like we're going to have a 5-on-4 situation here as the ball is whistled in with Lorenzo Ferraro for the Millers. So they are going to have a man advantage, but this is a 5-on-4 situation, which, to be honest with you, I don't think teams practice much.
No, not really. And, in the sport of lacrosse is unique as you can be a man down. You can be up to 3 men down in the sport of
Richardson
lacrosse.
gets through again and shoots.
Oh.
Nice play.
Nice shot.
He's come, excellent. 2 of them. He's feeling the heat there, so he got the pressure from the defender and went right by him. So in a chaotic place, you see the defender just outrun him there.
Shot that ball from about almost 15 yards out.
Yeah, a good hard bouncer, too, it looked like, and that was an excellent play. But that's, again, that situation we were talking about. You can be as many as 3 down, but the Shamrocks were 2 down, which they are now, looks like they are lining up with 1 down. The Millers are lining up with 1 down, correction, 2 down. They're running Vasquez onto the field to the near side. So the Shamrocks are going to have that 1 penalty that was unsportsmanlike conduct is going to remain in the box, while the penalties for the earlier slash and the other penalty on the Millers are released. So now it's a 1-man advantage for the Millers as we face off here. Byron Weber trying to dig around. And the Shamrocks, big hit by Evan Rohde. They're going to actually award a loose ball push in favor of the Millers. So Vasquez is going to bring it in, touch the box. I imagine he's going to just make an easy pass here to Aiden. Elias Aiden there with the ball, gets it back, and intercepted by the goaltender. So
yeah, really would have wanted to see
yeah.
Hunter Roberts move his feet just a little bit more to help his teammate out.
But Byron Weber on a fast break off that play. So everybody was running the box. Byron Weber runs down the middle and takes a shot.
That easy.
Boy, I'll tell you, just caught.
That's how it's been today.
Yeah, it has been a lot. They got caught sleeping right there, and Weber just running all alone by himself.
Really late for any approach there by the defense. Strong shot.
Right before that play happened, and Elias Aiden threw that interception to the goaltender. The Millers ran off the field and tried to sub guys in, but they didn't do it very quickly, and they didn't do it with pace. And the goaltender was able to find Byron right there, Byron Weber with the ball, and he was able to come free down that fast break. The slide did not rotate, and he shot and scored the goal. Another face-off win by the Millers, yep. So they seem to have fixed that since halftime.
That's 6 in this quarter.
6 in this quarter. Unfortunately, maybe too little too late with a score of 20-10, and we see another flag go down. It doesn't look to me as if it's necessarily a chippy game.
No.
There are a lot of flags today. We have had a man advantage, 2-man advantage. So I don't know if it's just sloppy play or if it was expected to be a tight game and the referees knew that they were going to call it tight. But it's a situation here where it's been a long time since I've seen this many man-up or man-down situations for teams. And
I think the rain's contributing a little bit to sloppy play, and I think there were some unforced turnovers throughout this game. So, just kind of got away, especially in that first quarter.
Oh, look at that behind-the-back pass, over the top, feed, and then great save. Great save by Casas.
Just stole a goal.
Casas there, right? I mean, he stole that goal. You had Hunter Roberts throw that ball over his shoulder. He went straight up to Alex Dawn. Alex Dawn was able to find that ball on the crease, and then the shot was saved, And
Fantastic save by Tavin.
Yeah, and he did a great job. And now the Shamrocks, in a shorthanded situation, have cleared the ball and have got it on offense. And they try. Mason Otto tries his own behind-the-back pass, which goes errant and is now turned over for a clear by the Millers, I would imagine.
The whistle has been blown before it went out of the end. The ball went out of the end line.
So we have a confrontation on the field where number 7 for the Millers and number 8 for the Shamrocks kind of got into each other's face. And then I saw number 8 for the Shamrocks throw the stick from number 7 away. So there clearly are upset coaches on the sideline. It's off of your screen right now, a little bit to the right.
There was a punch
and there's
throw. Another
flag. There was a punch thrown. I did not see that. So what's happening is the referees are calling a huddle here. I had a player blocked. So for me, what I saw is I saw number 8 and number 7 face to face with each other. I saw the stick from number 7 go flying as it was thrown. Looked to me like by number 8 Parker Ruggles. And so I will be really curious to see how the refs sort this out. But you have a very heated player on the sideline for the Millers. And
he will need to be removed from the premises. If this is an ejection, which it should be if there's a punch thrown.
Did you see a punch thrown? I did not.
I did.
Okay, you did.
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, he will have to be removed. But he absolutely has to be calmed down there. They've got several coaches around him. And
with a minute 40 remaining, I think the coaches then really need to take their teams, set them aside, let them know that in a minute 40, this game is probably at a point where we probably won't see Noblesville come back. Control the players, make sure that they're playing with respecting the game.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate having a conversation with one of the assistant coaches at halftime that he was talking about how there was verbal exchanges between the Westfield attack and the coaching staff for the Millers. I didn't want to bring that into the equation because I didn't think it would affect much here, but clearly because of this lopsided score and in a game that we all expected, I know they did as well, was going to be close. You've got one team feeling really bad about it, and they're going to be a little bit frustrated, and you're also going to have another team that is feeling really good and really confident and a little cocky about it and probably rubbing it in a little bit in a rivalry game like we have here. So things seem to have boiled over. The referees took their time, calmed everybody down, but I would like to point out that what's happened is they awarded the ball here to the Millers. So there was definitely penalties on both sides.
Correct. We have 5v4 right now in favor of Noblesville.
And, great shot by Schroeder, blocked by the goalie. I think it hit him on the leg with an errant play. So I don't know who's in the box over there. I think it's Ruggles over there in the box, as well as Justin Johnson Sparks for the Millers we know is out. So not sure exactly what happened, but we do know that tempers are flaring in this lopsided game with 1 minute to play. Westfield doesn't seem to be being overly aggressive at this moment in the offensive zone, but it is a long pole. And a whistle is blown. I'm going to guess that is going to be... The referees are walking down. I don't see a flag on the field, but I do see a whistle that is blown. And
looks like they're awarding it to Noblesville.
So I don't know if they went off sides, and that perhaps was there because it was a long pole with the ball, and maybe someone didn't stay on sides. Correct. Or perhaps there was some other off-ball movement we didn't see.
They're awarding a free clear as well.
So if they do award a free clear, I imagine that's the offsides because that's where the penalty would have occurred. So the Millers here for the last 47 seconds are maybe going to try and save a little face and get another goal here as they drop it down to Schroeder. Schroeder feeds it across.
It was a good look. Ball got deflected.
And a good rotation by the Westfield defense.
Correct.
And Westfield defense has been really good today. They play a little bit of pressure. They play a little bit of zone. They kind of have mixed it up. They're rotating well. Shot wide there by Alex Dawn. So Westfield has come with a lot of different things that a lot of teams don't normally see. I very rarely see pressure out of a zone like they do, but they also rotate well. They play a really good man down. And then another shot here by Dawn. sucked up by the goalie with 14 seconds to go. So I think everybody's sort of kind of settled down here. This is going to be a long throw by the goaltender all the way down, and I think the goaltender is going to play a little catch back and forth with each other here to kind of end the game, and that's exactly it. So the game has ended here with the Shamrocks taking a 10-goal lead and started very early in the first quarter. They went up 13-1, or 11-1 in the first, and 12-1 because I knew it was 13 goals, and held on to that lead and have finished this off thing 20-10. So, Matt, any final thoughts there on the game?
Just a well-played game by Westfield. That first quarter really put the pressure on Noblesville, flying up and down the field. And by the end of that first quarter, really had Westfield just on their heels the entire game and trying to play catch up here. Hats off to Noblesville though in the fourth quarter for making a game of it slightly and really working hard, not giving up, and actually managing to win the shots as well as the face-offs in that fourth quarter.
And folks, what you're watching here on the screen as we are about ready to sign off is as heated as this game got here, and a little testy here by some of the players at the end. As is tradition in lacrosse, both teams line up and they shake hands, showing that this is still a gentleman's sport and that cooler heads did prevail at the end of the day. So it's really good to see that, and no further action going on there. And we thank you very much for joining in. Again, my name is Byron Stankus, along with Matt McEnroe here on HCTV. And we are happy to have given you this rain-soaked second half, as well as the rest of the game. So we're going to thank the crew here from HCTV for bringing us another broadcast, and look forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone.